Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. As many of you have been waiting for, I'm sure, the summer sale is finally here, being called the Sizzling Summer Sale, and it's running from June 26th at 1300 GMT, so essentially right now, all the way until July 8th at 7 GMT. And you can get standalone Rank 6 through Rank 7 packs for a 50% discount. There will be 30 of these packs on sale, so in this video what I will be doing is just showing you all the packs that are on sale, as well as just kind of giving you my brief opinion as to whether or not it's worth purchasing. And bear in mind, if I don't have a review on all of these, I have a review on almost all of these. I probably have reviews on all but maybe one, if that. I might even have reviews on every single one. So that being said, let's get into these vehicles, into the packs, and go over whether or not I think that they're worth purchasing. So Gaijin was not kidding here when they said that these are Rank 6 and Rank 7 vehicles for a 50% discount. Like, look at this. It really shocks me sometimes, actually, to remember exactly how many Rank 6 and Rank 7 premiums there actually are in War Thunder. It really seems like just a few months ago there were half this many. But that being said, let's go ahead and start on whether or not I feel that these are worth purchasing, starting, of course, with the M1A1HC Clickbait. Now, Clickbait is a very good vehicle. I really like the M1A1HC. It's got good ammunition, it's got pretty good armor, at least for the turret. The hull, not so much. And it also has an IRCM, if I'm not mistaken, or whatever the top-mounted thing is to stop lower-tier missiles, basically, from hitting you. So, realistically speaking, it's a solid choice, in my opinion. I like it a little bit more than the M1 KVT. It is a bit more powerful and a bit more versatile. F4S, in my opinion, it's okay. We'll have to wait and see exactly, and this will be a long-term thing, exactly how the new meta near top tier is going to make this thing kind of suffer. It's not bad. I think that it's got more use as a close air support aircraft, being that this thing is pretty much a bomb truck, but it can also function very well when it comes to air battles, so long as you play it correctly. Next, we have the MiG-23ML. This is kind of like the opposite of the F4S. Really good when it comes to air battles, or at least relatively speaking. It's really geared towards that, not so much for CAS. I think that if you want to grind the Russian air tech tree, it's actually a pretty usable vehicle. And I would much the same say for the F4S and, again, the Clickbait. For $35, yeah, I'd say that that's worth it. This is, for the most part, worth it. I'd say that this is more worth it than the F4S. The Mirage F1C200, months ago, years ago, however long it was ago when this was first released, I got a lot of flack for a review I posted on it, saying that this was a very versatile vehicle. Now, while I was probably a little bit too generous at the time for this vehicle, I still largely feel that way. I've actually had a good amount of success with this vehicle. It's got pretty good air-to-air loadout. It's got decent enough air-to-ground loadout. I think it's actually a pretty good vehicle for the French and for grinding, and can really serve a number of roles. So yeah, I do recommend it. Leopard 2A4, this is a classic. I think it's great. This is pretty much just a standard Leopard 2A4, except with a camo net over it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, like, realistically speaking, I'll just go over through all of these actually, because they're all pretty much worth it, right? Like, I mean, which ones? I'll just say which ones are really not worth it. One could make an argument the SU-39 pack is not worth it. However, I think now it probably is. You know, at least when I first got access to it, it really was not worth. The Tornado IDS WTD-61 pack, not worth it. That one I could say without a doubt, it is absolutely not worth the purchase. Do not like it at all. I've got a pretty scathing review on it. It's just not very good. The SU-25K, love it, love it, love it. This vehicle is definitely worth it. This is actually my most played vehicle, probably in War Thunder. I've got like a 2.5 or a 3.0 to 1 kill-death ratio, so it's really, really good. I really can't speak when it comes to helicopters all so much. I know the Black Shark's very good. I can't really say much about the Apache. When it comes to other vehicles, however, I like the T-55 AM1 a bit more than I like the Terms. However, the Terms is rank 7, whereas the AM1 is only rank 6. So you want to bear that in mind. Otherwise, I mean, planes like the F4EJ Phantom II ADDW, it's a very basic plane. I mean, it's okay. If I remember correctly, it's kind of like a bomb truck. Not a huge fan of it, but if you're looking to grind, it's not a bad option at all. It's just a very basic and very boring aircraft. And again, I mean, I already kind of said clickbait, that is going to be a better purchase than the M1 KVT pack. The M1 KVT is I mean, it's not bad, it's not great. Its ammunition really is not fantastic. Clickbait's much better, and for only $2.50 more, you get 500 more Golden Eagles, 5 days of premium time more, and in my opinion, even relative to BR, a much, much better tank. Then, of course, we can go over to this one. And the Leopard A1A1 L44, it's okay. It's got a big 120mm cannon, but it's got no armor, or minimal armor, rather. It's got mediocre thermals. Its speed is good, but not amazing. It's an okay vehicle, but for $30, again, this is kind of a very similar situation as what you see with the M1 KVT compared to clickbait. In much the same way, I would just say go with the Leopard 2A4 Panzer Battalion 123 over this. It's only a few dollars more, and you get so much more. You get a much better vehicle than this. And then, again, XM1. I don't think it's a bad vehicle at all. I almost kind of feel like this is in a better spot even still compared to the KVT. However, the thing is that this thing has no armor. At least the KVT can take some hits even on chance. Now, otherwise, I mean, these are all pretty okay. The F104S TAF, it's not a bad vehicle. It's not amazing in my opinion. It doesn't have any all-aspect missiles, but I think it's currently at 11.0 BR, so it's a very high BR F104 variant. So, I mean, it's a tough one to use, but it also has radar-guided missiles. I don't know. It's just kind of an iffy one for me. Do I think it's a bad plane? No. Do I think it's a good plane? It depends on how you see it. It's incredibly fast even at this BR. It does have capable missiles. I think it's got AIM-9Ps if I'm not mistaken. So they are still capable missiles. You just have to be in rear aspect. And in order to be in rear aspect with the F104 STAF, you kind of almost have to have a series of things go wrong for the enemy and go right for you, because this thing really cannot maneuver in the way that would normally allow you to lock on to the rear of an enemy plane. So you kind of almost have to get lucky in that regard. But again, at least you have radar-guided missiles. And believe it or not, it's actually not a bad bomb truck vehicle. It does perform CAS pretty well. Much the same way, F4J UK performs CAS very well. I like the J7D a whole lot. Type 16 FPS, damn shame it's right here at the bottom. This would indicate that it's the lowest selling vehicle. I love the Type 16 FPS. Fantastic vehicle in my opinion. And again, I mean, realistically speaking, all the F4s on this list, they're more or less kind of same. They're just different permutations on the same formula. They're all pretty good when it comes to CAS. They're okay when it comes to aircraft, anti-aircraft duties. That's really it. When it comes to tanks, they're all okay. They're not bad. I would say specifically the best ones on this list are going to be the HC, probably the Terms T, CV90105XC8. I'd probably say the Type 96A prototype, T55 AM1, and again, the Type 16 FPS. Those are probably my favorites of it. When it comes to aircraft, let's go ahead and pick some here. Su-25K any day of the week. I'd probably say the F5C pack even over the A10, despite the fact that this has all aspect missiles. The F5C is still a better overall aircraft. The MiG-21 BIS Lazar M, if you are a close quarters combat fan, I would definitely put this as one of the best aircraft in this sale. Definitely. The A5C, much the same way, I would definitely put that as one of the best aircraft. A6E Tram, if you're more of a CAS fan, yes, I would put that as one of the best aircraft on sale here. And then, kind of want to say the J7D as well. It's a very, very good aircraft, considering that it's more or less kind of like a Chinese variant of the MiG-21 BIS, and if I'm not mistaken, it also has a really good close air support loadout, at least relative to other MiG-21s. So that's kind of my take on this. I mean, there's a lot of really, really good variants, or a lot of very good vehicles on sale here. There's not really many that I would outright say not to purchase. Each one of these, for the most part, has a purchase case for it. They will all help you grind out through whatever tech tree that you purchase it for. even the Mirage F1C200, and even the Tornado IDS WTD61. Even though this vehicle, again, in my opinion, is outright booty chatter relative to most of the other vehicles here, it will, in theory, still actually help you out quite a bit. $35 for this, even though it's not a very good plane, is not the worst thing in the world because it will help you grind, and at least has some value in that regard. However, other vehicles here are going to be a much, much better purchase. Kathir Cunard, I'm neutral on it. Challenger DS, I like it, but it's not necessarily going to be a better purchase than Leopard 2A4. I think that this is a better balanced vehicle, much the same way T72 AV Terms T is a bit better than the Challenger DS, but you can't go wrong with it. And that's kind of it. You know, unless I specifically said that one vehicle is great or one vehicle is bad, they're all pretty decent, you know, and you really can't go wrong. But that being said, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Greatly appreciate all the feedback that you can. I wanted this to be a little bit shorter than your typical guide, at least that I would do. And also remember, if you're looking at any of these vehicles, I think I've got a review on pretty much all of them except for the SU-39, because when the SU-39 first came out, I felt that it was more or less unplayable. So there's that. But that said, thanks again, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.